pipes, the majesty of the mountains, the fervency of a single faithful servant, the pursuit of an institution to be noble, grand, and true. Good evening, and welcome to Founders Day and the Bicentennial Celebration of Maryville College. Tonight we enter East Tennessee's own Highland Cathedral to remember in word, song, and image the origins and milestones of our beloved institution and celebrate its entry into a third century of exemplary service. On October 19th, 1819, exactly 200 years ago this very day, the Synod of Tennessee adopted a plan for the Southern and Western Theological Seminary. And a day later, the Synod elected the Reverend Isaac Anderson, the seminary's professor of didactic and polemic theology, its only professor. From a class of 5 students that first fall in 1819, the college closed out its first century with more than 400 undergraduates enrolled. It had survived poverty, fires, war, and attempts to move it elsewhere. It had graduated the Scots-Irish of the Southern Appalachians, but also African Americans, international students, and women, achievements that peer institutions wouldn't celebrate for decades. And Maryville had developed a reputation as a progressive first-rate college, accessible to deserving students, and committed to sending out graduates who would make a positive difference in the world. Closing out its second century, Maryville College has experienced not only tremendous growth in student populations, but also growth in faculty and staff numbers and expertise, growth in curricular offerings, growth in physical spaces, and growth in extracurricular programs. Its reputation as a progressive, forward-thinking institution has continued to grow. The college's earliest archival footage is a testament to the growth and progress, but also to the strong and supportive community built on this campus. Please enjoy.
I could go around the world, finest diamonds, precious pearls, they'd all turn to dust in my hand. 7 wonders, city streets, ocean air and mountain peaks, they are not the finest in the land. Much more than these I have seen firsthand. 'Cause there ain't nothing, there ain't nothing, there ain't nothing like coming home to you. And no matter where I go, and no matter what I do, there ain't nothing like coming home to you. Places where the heart resides, brothers laugh and lovers cry, hold each other up when we can't stand. Back home with my family, it's right there where I wanna be. It's all I need to be a rich man. There ain't nothing, there ain't nothing, there ain't nothing like coming home to you. And no matter where I go, and no matter what I do, there ain't nothing like coming home to you. My family is right there where I wanna be. It's all I need to be a rich man. They are all I need to be a rich man. There ain't nothing, there ain't nothing, there ain't nothing like coming home to you. And no matter where I go, and no matter what I do, there ain't nothing like coming home to you. There ain't nothing like coming home to you.
It is my pleasure to introduce Off Kilter, Maryville College's small auditioned ensemble comprised of upperclassmen. The members of Off Kilter often perform locally at concerts, special events, and conferences. They will be performing internationally in England and Scotland in May 2020. Under the direction of Stacy Wilner, they will perform People Are the Key, a piece specifically commissioned for the college's bicentennial by Paul John Rudoe, an award-winning composer, conductor, vocalist, and entrepreneur. The libretto is inspired by and taken from Farewell to the Highlands by Robert Burns, as well as excerpted lines from A Man for All That by Burns, and some of his personal letters, from the writings of Maryville College founder Reverend Isaac Anderson, from the city of Maryville's motto, which is People Are the Key, and from our beloved Alma Mater. Please give a round of applause for Off Kilter.
People are the key.
In the mid-1960s, Maryville College was gearing up for its sesquicentennial in 1969. Maryville's enrollment was nearly 900, and new campus buildings allowed for expansion of already strong programs, plus the addition of new ones. The close-knit community of Maryville College was evident in promotional films made for the celebration, as well as home movies shot on campus in the next decade. Enjoy this footage from those years.
Sometimes I feel like a criminal, feel like a castaway. This world keeps changing and I can't keep the pace. It's like a race, I didn't know I was running. But there are some things like rudders in the storm, someone to keep you warm, a friend to raise a glass, to take off your mask, to tell the truth and just be you. Oh yeah, alright. Trying to make sense of it all tonight. Oh no, here we go. This won't be the last time. Shouting and struggling and feeling like you're nothing. Trying not to give in, not to take it on the chin. Trying to wear your thickest set of skin. Music, it makes you feel good, makes you feel understood. Like you're not alone, not a rolling stone. Not the only one on the road. Oh yeah, alright. Trying to make sense of it all tonight. Oh no, here we go. This won't be the last time. Oh yeah, alright. Trying to make sense of it all tonight. Oh no, here we go. This won't be the last time. But it became impossible, the promises you made, and you got betrayed, and all the things that you still don't know at the end of the day. Oh yeah, alright. Trying to make sense of it.
Now welcome to the stage Wayne Kramer, a member of the class of 1974, former chair of the college's board of directors, and co-chair of the Bicentennial Steering Committee. Wayne's family has deep Maryville College roots. His grandfather, Dr. Ralph Waldo Lloyd, was a 1915 alumnus and served as president of Maryville College from 1930 until 1961. Dr. Lloyd wrote Maryville College, A History of 150 Years, in time for the college's sesquicentennial in 1969. Give a warm Maryville College welcome to Wayne Kramer.
Is this a great night to be a Maryville College Scot or what? On this day, we've had a football victory, we've had a soccer victory, we've had volleyball victory, we've had the choir victorious. This has been a great day. And could there be a better place for us to gather than on this beautiful campus and on this momentous day? It is a pleasure indeed to be with you tonight. It has been a privilege to serve as the co-chair of the Bicentennial Committee for Maryville College. It has been a particularly wonderful experience to serve as the co-chair with Gerald Gibson, who, as all of you know, served as our president from 1993 to 2010, and led this institution to great heights during that time. Unfortunately, Gerald can't be here tonight, but I know if he were, he would join me in expressing our sincere appreciation to all of you who have come out on this night and have otherwise participated in event after event throughout this year, and I know those yet to come, as we support this college and celebrate a milestone known to few. And we are here on this day to say yes to Maryville College. Before I say a few words about Maryville College and the Bicentennial, I want to take just a moment or two to recognize those people without whom we would not be here tonight and this celebration would not be possible. And I want to start with the Bicentennial Steering Committee. I'm going to read their names shortly, and I'd ask that each of them stand when their name is called, and then after I've called all the names, they will receive, if you will, your applause. Our first committee member is our current esteemed president, Tom Bogart. Joining him on the committee are two wonderful faculty members, Carl Gombert and Drew Crane. One of our great alums, Cole Piper. Our Director of Development, Susie Booker. Sue Van Aken, and our campus minister, Ann McKee. And last but certainly not least, that great voice that you are hearing this evening coming from the sky, and that is Tom Taylor, the class of 1970, our Masters of Ceremony this evening. So please join me in thanking that committee. And the reality is that the committee itself could not have accomplished all that it did and all that we wanted to accomplish throughout this year without excellent support from Maryville College staff. I want to particularly call out Karen Beatty Eldridge, the class of 1994, the Executive Director for Marketing and Communications, Caroline Lamar, Bicentennial Events and Projects Assistant, Angie Harris, Director of Alumni Affairs, Carol Clark, Alumni Affairs Specialist, and Blake Smith, the General Manager for this place, Clayton Center, and the Corporate Sales at Maryville College. Thank you to all of those as well. And then, of course, like everything, we not only have to have people support, but we have to have financial support as well, and we have had that for sure this year. I want to particularly thank our premier bicentennial sponsors, Clayton Homes, Denso Manufacturing of Tennessee, Cole Piper, the class of 1968, and West Chevrolet. And finally, this evening's festivities also would not be possible without the special assistance from Bandit Lights, represented tonight by Michael Strickland and Allison Burchett, who's also the class of 2003, as well as Rivers Advertising. All of those people, all of those supporters of Maryville College have been a part of not only this night, but this entire wonderful year. October 19th, 1819. October 19th, 2019. 200 years. In thinking about tonight, I was first reminded of the great story of the Reverend Isaac Anderson, then only 39 years of age, a minister here in Maryville, and the Reverend James Gallagher, age 27, a minister in Rogersville. returning from the meeting of the General Assembly of the Presbyterian Church in Philadelphia. And as they rode from Philadelphia back to this region of the country, they discussed and ultimately decided and came to the conclusion that they needed to establish a seminary in this region. And thus, as noted earlier this evening, it all began a few months later when the Synod approved an overture from the Union Presbytery for the establishment of the Southern and Western Theological Seminary, now Maryville College. And then I thought further about what could I say tonight in a matter of just a minute or two, or perhaps 3 or 4. And rather than coming up with something completely new, I decided to simply share with you a portion of what Gerald Gibson and I wrote as the foreword to the Maryville College Bicentennial book. And for any of you who have not yet had the opportunity to purchase it, you can. I believe it's available out there yet this evening. It is a wonderful book for your home, for your workplace, wherever. But in that book, we have a foreword. And this is what it says, at least in part. Think about all the things that make Maryville College noble, grand, and true. It changes people's lives. It helps students grow. It encourages scholarship. It allows for and supports athletic competition. It stands for principles of equality. It embraces community. It recognizes that we are all in this together. It understands that none of us can or should do it alone. From the college's inception, our leaders have understood and nourished that spirit. Wonderful students, families, friends, professors, presidents, and other administrators are a part of the legacy of this institution. Their generosity, enthusiasm for, and support of Maryville College can be felt and seen in every part of this campus and in places across the country and around the world, in all that they have touched and all that they have done on behalf of this college. Their legacies live. Their spirits fill our hearts. They provide shoulders upon which we now stand, and they give us a reason for our continuing commitment. Maryville College, you see, is what is right and good about institutions of higher learning. It is what is right and good about who we are as a people. Thank you again to all of you for being here, and at the risk of being redundant, thank you for your commitment to Maryville College, and I thank you in advance for continuing to support this great institution that we all love and hold dear. My dream, and I know it is the dream of each and every one of you out there on this night, is that 200 years from now, someone else will lift the echo, lift the chorus, wake the echoes, and make the welkin ring in celebration of 400 years of Maryville College. And finally, for my part tonight, and recognizing what a special moment this is for all of us, the reality is that the Maryville College Bicentennial is also important for people across this country and around the world who cannot attend tonight. So for all of those, and for all of you here in attendance tonight that want to relive this evening, we are recording the event and will be sharing it on the college's website in the coming days. Maryville College, 200 years. Noble, grand, and true. And it is largely noble, grand, and true because of all of you, all of those who have come before and who have walked the walks of this campus and have participated in this community, and it will be noble, grand, and true 200 years from now, because there will be others who, like you and those who have gone before, who will lift up the banner and move ahead in the years to come. But for now, we have videos from two very special people invited to attend tonight who are here in spirit but unable to be with us due to their scheduling conflicts. Please turn your attention to the screen, enjoy their remarks, and have a great rest of the evening, for you see, it is a great night to be a Maryville College Scot.
Hey everybody, I'm Governor Bill Lee, and I want to celebrate with you the bicentennial of historic Maryville College, an institution that has been providing an excellence in education for 200 years now. It's been nationally recognized. In fact, U.S. News & World Report has ranked Maryville College as the first best college for veterans in the South, the third best regional college in the South, the third best undergraduate teaching in the South, and the fourth best college in the South. You ought to be proud. All of us in Tennessee are proud for the legacy of Maryville College. You know, Reverend Isaac Anderson would be proud of what was started 200 years ago and what has continued even to this day. Congratulations to you. We celebrate the success and the profound legacy of Maryville College in Tennessee.
I'm Lamar Alexander. You know, if you grow up in Maryville, you've got some Maryville College stories. And for me, my parents met at Maryville College. That's where I learned to swim. It's where I learned to play the piano at a young age. It's where I went to my first really good concert. Maryville College was where I remember standing with what seemed like half the town singing the Messiah at Christmas, where students and faculty from all over the world would come to our church and into our homes and broaden our horizons and teach us things that we didn't know. So I'm deeply grateful to all of you for what you've done to help make Maryville College a place that enriched the lives of those of us who grew up in Maryville and all of those who attended there. And I'm optimistic about the next 200 years because Maryville College has kept its feet on the ground. It's remembered its roots, its tradition, its character, noble, grand, and true. With that in mind, I'm confident that the next 200 years for Maryville College will enrich the lives of just as many people as these first 200 years have.
In the late 1980s and the early 1990s, the college was looking ahead to its next milestone, its 175th year. In 1994, the college was gaining momentum under new president, Dr. Gerald Gibson, and the college was reintroducing itself to the world as a top-notch, church-related, liberal arts college with the best possible facilities. That work would continue beyond the next decade. Please enjoy these memories captured in film.
I swear everything stopped, fireworks moving in slow motion.
Our next speaker is a nationally touring spoken word poet, corporate speaker, and real estate investor from Townsend, Tennessee. He has finished in the top 10 at the National Poetry Slam and has performed at colleges and conferences from New York to Miami to Dallas and Los Angeles. He is one of only 50 speakers in the world invited to speak at the 2020 Global Speakers Summit in Namibia, Africa. He is a founding board member of LeConte Realty Foundation and founder and treasurer of Blount County's Sky City Initiative. You've seen him on HGTV, you've seen him on Oprah Winfrey's Oxygen Network, and now he's here with us. Let's give a loud Maryville College welcome to real estate agent with LeConte Realty, National Speakers Association member, and Neon Entertainment touring artist, Lane Schuler.
I awoke at 5 a.m. sharp on August 27th, 2003. In an instant, I went from REM sleep to the sweetest dream. I was freedom in human form, lemon yellow geostorm, 4 cylinders thrashing and kicking into a new horizon. I still remember the brown of the bricks and the sound of the kids and the unforgettable sense of 200-year-old buildings. It smelled like fossilized knowledge. It smelled like, this must be college. And one by one, the parents left, all of us, to take on our futures. Here, where Chilhowie's lofty mountains start their ascents. This one is hotter than Anderson Hall on September 6th. It is harder than Sean Hayes hits, Pepe Fernandez kicks, or the Maryville Six. It is hotter than Dan Roop's rhymes and Al Green's grits. It is the story of us, of our 4 years. A tapestry of humans that let their heart beat here. For some of us, college was never about the next step, right? The career for more money. It wasn't about learning how to save a life. It was learning what that life was for. It wasn't about learning to earn $1 by working. It was about learning to earn a living by living. And I emptied my veins onto that page, and I emptied that page onto a stage, and that is the power of art, poetry, music. They are not necessities of existence. They are what existence is. These grounds are a song we all know the words to, and you can hear us singing along to them in the brief moments of pause, of effect and cause, of applause, in times of laughter after loss. A song of life's smiles and tears. Smiles. Like driving to Ohio to see the basketball team's first ever Elite Eight. It's seeing Randy Lambert coach for 38 straight. It's watching the football team win 3 championships over 4 years. But it isn't just sports. There is so much more here. It's midnight road trip to Charleston 2006, or the way that she looked at you across the table sitting at Isaac's. It's going to the chapel just to meet Jesus. It is the last keystrokes of that senior thesis. But it's also the tears. It's students and faculty of Maryville College. We come to you with heavy hearts today to let you know that last night at 10:43 p.m., one of our best and brightest students passed away. Please do not hesitate to visit us in the counseling center in Bartlett Hall if you need someone to talk to. Or the vibration of cell phone light cutting like jet black night, like a white hot knife. And when you swipe right, you hear him. Son, we talked to the doctor today. We don't think your mother has much time left. We need you to come back to California. And there you are, heart dropping into mine shaft, stuck between a million miles from home and a home you barely know, but you are not alone. No man is an island when this house is his to hold. You have 1,100 shoulders to cry on, 2,200 hands to hold on to, 1,100 humans that will not let you disappear. You can let your heart break here. We don't have a community, we have unity, and unity only comes from tragedy, and tragedy only comes from heartbreak. And if you didn't have your heart broken in college, you didn't do it right. College is about tearing yourself and rebuilding you so you may be reborn. Cole Piper, tear me down and rebuild me, but don't let me forget where I am from. When our 4 years are gone and our song has been sung, I remind you, it does not mean that we are done. It only means we are one generation of voices in unison, as if Harry Harder himself hung every single note, constructed every composition, and conducted every single chord. I am rebuilt, reborn, modern day Ken Takahashi. Don't believe me? Watch me. There is nothing you can do to stop me. No river too wide, no mountain challenge too tough to get through. When you are this noble, this grand, this true, when you are 6 black girls with a dream of a college education in a nation that didn't think you had the right to, when you become the first 6 to graduate at the first college in the state to desegregate, when you are 10:43 p.m. Pearson Hall, perfect strangers complaining about the food that today we are kind of desperate to go back for, strangers that we were desperate to sit down with one more time. And we will not sit down with them again. We cannot go back. But we don't have to. Those 4 years were never about those 4 years. They were about that and the eternity after. August 27th, 2003 came slower than one of Tom Bogart's speeches. And May 20th, 2008 came faster than the deadline of that senior thesis. But the eternity after is happening faster than you can react to it. You try to stop and hear the music and dance to it, but you can't do it. All you can do is try to appreciate every memory and every mile. Taking that girl that you first locked eyes with at Isaac's down the aisle, and that same girl gives you a son, and that son gives you a smile, and it may take a while. But we will learn that the memories last forever. They don't fade, they just change shape. And when they change shape, they shape us. On my darkest days, when I know not what to do, when I'm on my hands and knees screaming, Father, get me through. When life's unforgiving pace tears the soil from my truth, I look at my map and all my roads lead back to you. From the happiness I've had to the hurt that I've been through, I'm always coming back home to you. I'm always coming back home to the orange and garnet. Forever to thee. Thank you. Thank you.
For the historic Bicentennial Celebration, the college arranged for a special commemorative piece of artwork that thousands of alumni and friends could be a part of. Our hashtag mosaic was created today on the lawn across from Bartlett Hall. Enjoy this time-lapse of homecoming weekend attendees adding themselves to the big picture of Maryville College's bicentennial.
That silver lining to the story. If you thought that I would turn it one day, y'all don't know me. May my fears rest in peace, cause that's a old me. Got this taste on my tongue, I crave the glory. Gasoline in my veins, be the fuel through my pain. Oh, as we rise from the flames. Heart of a lion, never say never. Cut like a diamond, shine under pressure. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Pound on your chest like there's no tomorrow. Just play the game right, no one can follow. Oh, it's time to fire on up. Oh, it's time to fire on up.
On behalf of the Maryville College Alumni Association, I want to thank you for your participation in this special effort. We are delighted to have created a piece of artwork which involved alumni from far and wide to help mark this special occasion. We are excited that the Bicentennial Mosaic will be a legacy that can be enjoyed by campus visitors for years to come. Anderson Hall has never looked so good.
I found myself looking for familiar faces in the mosaic. How amazing that this is made up of individual photos, and really quite a marvel. I would like to highlight one particular individual before I begin my scripted remarks. I would like to highlight the efforts of Dr. Tom Bogart, who in his 10 years here has had some remarkable accomplishments. Mention just a couple. Stabilization of our financial situation, significant upgrades to campus facilities, creation of regional partnerships, and the celebration of the college's bicentennial. Tom Bogart has been an important part of bringing us to where we are today. So please join me in saying thank you, Tom Bogart. Now back to the scripted version. Tonight we have heard reference to the college's centennial and enjoyed footage of the college at previous milestones. In 1969 for its sesquicentennial, and in 1994 for its 174th anniversary. Tonight we're debuting another video, one produced in celebration of our bicentennial that will certainly become a part of the college's historic record. But history was not the motivator for this work. With this new video, we want you to know, to be proud of, and inspired of what Maryville College is right now, so that you will decide to support this college in ways that perhaps you never had as it enters its third century. Great are our challenges, but great is our potential to meet them because of you. Thank you.
We come to college with great expectations. Expectations about what we'll study, the relationships we'll make, and who we will become. We expect these grand buildings and hallowed grounds to shape us, to present us with possibilities, and expand our opportunities, to show us the world while giving us a community we'll be a part of forever. Founded by a Presbyterian minister, Maryville College has been inclusive from our very start, guided by the unwavering principle that there is nobility in all people, that inspired thought is not bound by gender or race or creed, but only by the ambition of the thinker. So too do we believe that as the world changes, so does the scale and scope of a well-rounded education. And thus we work tirelessly to prepare our students for the challenges of their time, adapting our programs and embracing powerful new digital tools to take full advantage of this remarkable era of continuous learning. As we enter our third century, we remain more committed than ever to founder Isaac Anderson's calling to do good on the largest possible scale. And we continue to produce scientists, entertainers, industry leaders, athletes, scholars, and statesmen who know that the mark of success isn't found in meeting expectations, but in being exceptionally well-equipped to face the unexpected with strength of mind and bravery of heart every day. We do so by constantly reaffirming our essential values while consistently reinventing ourselves with strategic investments that will allow us to produce leaders for centuries to come, ever faithful stewards of the resources entrusted to us by donors large and small. Here in these foothills, we inspire global ambitions while instilling genuine and enduring community values. Resolute in the belief that gifted leadership requires a profound connection to those being served. We celebrate our bicentennial, proud of how far we've come and committed to going even further. Honored to follow the trail blazed by those who came before us, and invigorated by the potential in those yet to come. This is Maryville College. Noble, grand, and true.
We now invite to the stage Bogart, the 11th president of Maryville College. Beginning in 2010, Tom's tenure has included the adoption of a new core curriculum and the creation of Maryville College Works, the innovative and extensive career preparation program launched in 2014. The campus completed renovations of Anderson Hall, Pearson Hall, and Alumni Gym, while making other substantial improvements to the campus, including the Career Center, the William Thaw Academic Support Center, and athletic facilities that include softball and baseball. Welcome to the podium, the #1 Scotty Dog and president of Maryville College, Dr. Tom Bogart.
When we started planning for the bicentennial, our main goals were for more people to know about Maryville College, to realize and celebrate the college's influence in the region, and to support the important work happening on campus and beyond. I hope that we can say, mission accomplished. Since January 2019, we have carried out almost 40 bicentennial-themed events and projects. That doesn't include the city, county, and state proclamations. Back in February, Governor Bill Lee proclaimed the year 2019 as the Maryville College Bicentennial Year for the state of Tennessee. We've done everything from trail hikes covering the same territory as the Reverend Isaac Anderson, to a college preparation activity book distributed to every second grader in Blount County. From a monthly interview-style podcast called Chilhowie Chats to receptions and galas, where we have highlighted our dedicated faculty and staff and the impressive students pursuing their studies and dreams here at Maryville College. This homecoming weekend alone, we have over 65 different events and activities taking place, and perhaps the largest crowd ever to return from campus, especially in the rain. We're undefeated for the weekend so far. Tennis, volleyball, men's soccer, football, and there's a couple more to come tomorrow, so I encourage you to get out there. We have honored distinguished alumni, and tomorrow we will induct 6 new members into our Athletics Wall of Fame. Our reunion classes have raised well over $225,000. Weekend's not over. Doesn't hurt to ask. We've remembered alumni and friends who passed during the past year, and we celebrated in song with outstanding performances by the homecoming choir, Voices of Praise, Off Kilter, not to mention all the things that we bought and ate at the bake sale, and bought and will enjoy from the craft fair that the Blount County Alumni Association once again organized and hosted. We have an incredible history, but I believe that Maryville College's best days still lie ahead. I am grateful to have had the opportunity to serve as your president, and especially at such an exciting time. We are off to a great start for the next 200 years and beyond. The Board of Directors recently approved a new strategic plan for the college. For 2 centuries, we have reinvented ourselves in order to serve our core values in changing times. As we look ahead, we recognize the need for our next moment of reinvention, capitalizing on what we do uniquely and well, while addressing the challenges that we and society face. We look to position Maryville College as the preferred choice for students who are a good match to come, flourish, launch, and contribute to the world. In this age of continuous learning and rapidly evolving digital tools, we seek to find new ways to serve the educational needs of people at many stages of their educational journeys. Looking inward, we aim to attain new levels of operational excellence, developing and using our resources wisely to create maximum impact. Looking outward, we aim to attain new levels of relevance in our larger communities, serving as a catalyst for constructive change and inviting your partnership in advancing the larger economic and civic agenda of our region, our state, and our nation, and the world. We are committed to addressing 5 strategic imperatives: empowering students and graduates through transformative education, living our mission as a community and in our community, accelerating change through operational excellence, investing in people, resources, and infrastructure, building financial resources for resilience and growth. So, what does that really mean? Well, let me tell you. A few examples. Maryville College piloted online education courses this past summer. Though we are best known and will continue to be known for our intimate, highly personalized educational experience, it is vital for our students to experience online learning because they will face it in their future professions, civic roles, and educational opportunities. We plan to expand and enhance these offerings in summer of 2020. We're in the process of evaluating course offerings and planning to expand, maybe starting some new majors such as equine studies and hospitality and tourism. We're also looking to launch graduate programs, including a master's degree in STEM education. It may take a little while, but we are excited and invigorated by these opportunities. As Mayor Taylor said, we have completed several updates and improvements to some of our athletic facilities. We are raising funds to complete a new Lower Fields athletic complex and fan support center that would serve men's and women's soccer, men's and women's tennis, and softball. We're replacing the Cooper Athletic Center roof over the next couple of months, which will set the stage for the following complete renovation of the Cooper Athletic Center in the coming years. We are working to raise funds for a new lab science facility, and we have been a part of exciting community conversations to create a co-laboratory space where life science and biotech entrepreneurs can work alongside faculty and students. Providing research space where entrepreneurs can explore innovation with the assistance of faculty input and student research creates an incredible mutual benefit for Maryville College and our community while cementing our important place in the Oak Ridge Research Corridor. We have already made progress in some of these areas. This academic year, the college has 4 themed residential communities and 1 living learning community. Theme communities are flexible, intended to respond to fluctuating student interests and needs to help embrace learning outside the classroom. Our theme communities include Fit Green Happy, Scholar Athletes, Community Service and Engagement, and Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, STEM. A living learning community is more formal, requires a stronger academic component, and it's designed to target specific student populations. We are thrilled that our first cohort of Dan and Melanie Mays McGill Scholars and Fellows are participating in a living learning community this year. The National Science Foundation recently awarded a 5-year, $1 million grant to the college to fund the Scott Science Scholars Program. Now in its 7th year, this program is a 4-year set of activities with the goal of increasing the number of students from underrepresented or first-generation families who graduate with a major in STEM from Maryville College. We also have received a $300,000 grant from the U.S. Department of Justice's Office on Violence Against Women to create a Preventing Assault and Violence Through Education program. This will provide valuable prevention education programs and enable us to work more collaboratively with victim services and educational groups in the broader community. Many of you are already familiar with the Maryville College Works program, which gives all students the opportunity, well, it requires them, but they're grateful afterwards, to participate in an internship or other significant practical experience. Thanks to the leadership of our faculty and the staff in our Career Center, this program is not only fully integrated into our curriculum, it has transformed the career services we offer. Our students had over 1,000 interactions last year with the Career Center through appointments, interviews, resume reviews. And the graduate outcomes for our students for the past 4 years average 95%. What does that mean in English? 95% of our graduates are achieving the opportunities they seek within 1 year of graduation. That's something that we're here to celebrate. Yeah. This fall, we convened the first Maryville College Partnership Advisory Council. 54 individuals representing different industries in 6 different curricular areas who are volunteering to help the college be a thriving and vibrant community with strong partnerships, cultivating national recognition and promoting student success. These partners will help advance our mission and our strategic plan initiatives by providing professional experiences and expertise and bridging our curriculum with community needs through shared expertise, knowledge, and opportunities. We always have to build our resources in order to enable this work. I am pleased to report that the college's endowment and investment pool is currently over $96 million. Thank you. And we continue to look for the best possible students and to keep them here after their freshman year and through graduation, so then they can come back for homecoming. One of the key measures of success with that is the fraction of students who come back from their first year to their second year. And this year we celebrated the highest level in over 20 years of that retention rate. So, an important part of all of this is to get the message out in positive and constructive ways. We recently partnered with an outside consulting firm to help us with branding and messaging, to help us share that message. They surveyed and interviewed alumni, students, faculty, staff, prospective students, high school guidance counselors. They wrote a short narrative to help inspire future messages. So here's what they came up with based on all of these interviews as a description of Maryville College in 2019. There's something special about this place, an interconnectedness, and an almost profound sense of timelessness and strength of purpose. The spirit of Maryville College greets you the moment you step foot on campus and stays with you long after graduating in the form of many of life's fondest memories. Born on the front lines of a new frontier 43 years after our nation's revolutionary birth, Maryville College was founded on a bold promise: do good on the largest possible scale. Interwoven into the fabric of this campus is a more than 200-year history of steadfast commitment to that promise, to a community of caring, and to a brighter future for all. Today, we know that the surest way to prepare this generation of students for next generation global economies and workplaces, to ensure that they are ready for anything, is to study everything. That's what we teach, and that's why our students are equipped to meet head-on both the everyday and the unexpected. It's how we've educated one generation after the next for goodness and greatness, to be giving citizens and gifted leaders who live life strong of mind and brave of heart. That's who we are. That's what's important about why we're celebrating tonight. It is a proud night for Maryville College, and I am humbled to play my role in its trailblazing history and groundbreaking future. You, every one of you, have played a critical role. Indeed, all of this is only possible because of your financial support and your outspoken advocacy for Maryville College. On behalf of the campus community, alumni of all generations, and our East Tennessee community, I would like to express my sincere appreciation for all that you have done and continue to do. Thank you for celebrating with us tonight. As our evening draws to a close, I'll remind you that bicentennial book sales do continue. Wayne already gave a nice pitch. The historical exhibits on display in the Denzo and La Dolce Vita galleries will be open for about 30 minutes following the showcase. I encourage you to take a look at them. And don't forget to collect your souvenir glasses and take them with you as you leave. And it really wouldn't be a birthday party without a present. So as you leave the Clayton Center, we would like to present you with a special present to commemorate your participation in tonight's festivities. Designed specifically for the Bicentennial Celebration Gala, we have created a Maryville College pennant pin. Inspired by the pin belonging to John Patton Brown, class of 1906, from Philadelphia, it is the only pin of its kind that we know of. You always have to put those words in there, right? We looked, and we didn't find it. It is part of the college's archival collection. Though the original was quite small, we enlarged and enhanced the design, and the pin has a magnetic backing, so it is easy to take on and off as you're changing jackets, or you have it all. You can have it on anything you want. I hope you will wear it proudly in the coming years. And now I am very excited to tell you that it's time to welcome back Off Kilter. Thanks.
Five, 6, 7, 8.
Alma Mater, Alma Mater, Alma Mater, Alma Mater, Alma Mater, Alma Mater, mountains, is the southern Alma Mater, Alma Mater. Proudly stands our Alma Mater, noble, grand, and true. Orange garnet floats forever, ensign of our hill. Hail to thee, our Alma Mater, hail to Maryville.
Where shall Howie's pierce the blue? Proudly stands our Alma Mater, noble, grand, and true. As thy hilltop crowned with cedars,
As thy hilltop crowned appears, so thy memory fresh shall linger through life's smiles and tears. See the orange garnet float forever, and sign of our hill. Oh, hail to thee, our Alma Mater, hail to Maryville.
on Highlanders down the field, rolling up a high score, tear into the end zone, smash on through the line.
Highlanders send up rousing cheers for them, and our team will shine. Come on and fight, 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 come on and fight, fight, fight for dear old man.